friends, welcome back to Moon Magic Spirit. My name is Meg and today we are pulling cards for Jupiter in Pisces. So today, on the day that I'm filming this, May 13th, Jupiter is entering Pisces. It is returning there, first time since 2010. So if you're not sure of what that means, there's so much to it. I highly suggest that you check out Elisa Kelly. She's been posting so much good information on this little transit that we have. So Jupiter in Pisces, something that you want to think about is this happened in 2010. So what was happening in your life? What were you thinking about? What were you going through? What were you imagining? Like, what was the sort of theme happening? So you can reflect on that. You can also look to see where Pisces is in your chart. And if you have any other planets in Pisces, for me, my Mercury is in Pisces. So we're also about to see a spiritual expansion on such a higher level with Jupiter being in Pisces. Pisces is more of like the dreamy, free-flowing spirit. In with the Saturn in Aquarius as a catalyst, the planets are bringing healing and magical energy back to the main channels of spirituality on a global mainstream scale, which is so exciting. So one way that you can personally participate in this is by developing a spiritual practice, and there is, I feel like I'm like on Witch Talk on TikTok, so like that's all that I've been seeing is tons of information on spiritual journeys, so I would go check that out. I'll also link some of my favorite people to follow on Twitter and Instagram in the description box down below that can help you out with that. So as you're reminiscing on what was going on in 2010, you may see similar patterns popping up now. And we need to think about this in terms of growth and moving forward rather than the same cycle repeating itself. But also just a fun little tidbit. Kimi on Twitter posted some fun throwbacks from 2010. So if you're feeling like a little like about it, here's like some fun things that were going on back then. They are one of the people I will have linked down below for you to check out, and I hope you do. But they were saying that mutual placements tend to leave things unfinished just to get to the next thing, so it makes sense that events of 2010 were not properly closed back, and why we want to look back and reminisce on what was happening and what patterns were going on. Now, in terms of music, fashion, creativity, etc., some of our most nostalgic songs and artists popped off in 2010, and some of those songs are Airplanes by B.O.B., OMG by Usher, California Girls by Katy Perry, TikTok by Kesha, Runaway by Kanye West, Billionaire by Travis McCoy, Animal by the Neon Trees, and Super Bass by Nicki Minaj. So just to give you a little like time capsule of what we were dealing with. So Elisa Kelly put together this tarot spread on what we can be expecting during this time. So our first card is going to represent how Jupiter is going to change our lives. The second card is going to represent what this means in the short term, and the last card is going to represent the long-term implications of this happening. So without further ado, let's get into this. I posted this as a remix, so feel free to remix it yourself with her. I'll have her link down below, and let's see what the cards have to say. All right, let's do this real. My camera like overheated, so I had to stop.
Let's do an interactive tarot spread to see what Jupiter in Pisces means for you. If you want to play, grab a deck and prepare to remix this video so we can do it together. Give your cards a nice shuffle, connecting with your intuition. Pull your first card and hold it up. This is how Jupiter is going to change your life. Your second card will show what this means for you short term, and your third and final card, long-term implications. Be sure to tag me so I can see what you pulled, and tag a friend who you think should play. Hi friends, let's do an
Okay, so as you saw, I pulled the Sun for the first card, the Wheel of Fortune for the second card, and the Chariot for the last card. Like, I'm like not exaggerating when I say like the cards have been so like nice and giving me nice messages whenever I do these interactive tarots with Elisa. So like girl, like thank you for your energy. I feel like it's coming through because these normally yell at me. So I can't believe like this was my spread. I'm so excited to get into it. So let's move over to the overhead so we can figure out what these cards mean and get into that. All right, so let's talk about the cards that I pulled. I'm very excited about this spread. It is like such a nice, sweet, positive message. I really feel like Elisa's energy comes through because I always get the sweetest, kindest messages from the cards when I remix her videos. So shout out to her. She has her sun-like energy radiating through into my cards. So let's go ahead and discuss this. The first card was for how Jupiter in Pisces during this period is going to change your life. And I pulled the Sun card, which is like the perfect happy card. It doesn't really need a super long description for this because it's like all things are good. You're radiating happiness. You're radiating positivity. Let your light shine. Be confident in the sacred power of your original nature. So this card is also just about staying authentic to yourself, staying true to yourself, going back to your roots and like just letting your inner positivity shine through and your true authentic self, because I feel like throughout life we get kind of bogged down and maybe even damaged by the opinions of other people or like pressures from society. So just like going back to your true nature and your true self is going to bring you the most amount of happiness. So again, this is a card of joy, success, celebration, life is good. The Sun is going to give you strength, and the Sun is also going to tell you no matter where you go, no matter what you do, you are going to have abundance and positivity radiating out of you. You can already perceive success and abundance flowing. So this is like connecting to what is going to make you the happiest in life and the success and abundance that you're going to come from that. It doesn't always have to be dollar signs or the pentacles, you know what I mean? It can come from other fulfillment as well, but it could also be financial fulfillment as long as you're staying true to yourself. So the second card that I pulled for what it means for you short term, this is the Wheel of Fortune. I've been pulling this quite a bit. This is like cycles. It is a wheel that is constantly spinning. Things ebb and flow. So I think when it comes to this, if we get to a certain step, this card can mean luck, fortune, positivity. Fundamental change is imminent, and the positive benefits that you gain during this time can be long lasting, which ties into the last card, the Chariot card. So keep that in mind. This card also reminds us to go with the flow because the wheel is always spinning, and it's also a karma card. So what you put out into the world is what you're going to get back. So that ties into my break the cycle little thing that I always go on with this card. This card is about breaking cycles. So if you feel like you are stuck in a negative cycle or a toxic cycle, if you're not happy, if you're feeling a little bit bogged down by things, this is your sign to break that cycle so you can have the sun shine through and bring positivity and radiance into your life. So this card, these two sign in together, it's telling you that you need to break your negative or toxic cycle in order to allow your true authentic self to come through and shine. So I really love that message. And one more quick thing that I want to note with the Wheel of Fortune is like, yes, it's about breaking negativity and it's about breaking negative habits and toxic patterns, but I don't want this to get confused with also toxic positivity, because there are things, unfortunate, that do happen in life, and it is okay to accept that and process it. But you also don't want to be like, oh, everything is sunshine and rainbows 24/7, because it isn't. So like, don't fall into the toxic positivity cycle as well. So that's a little bit of a warning with this card. So short term, if you break the cycle, if you're working on that now, you can get to your most positive, radiant, authentic self, which is the Sun card, which is what Jupiter and Pisces could be bringing you, and how this has long-term implications. This is a Chariot. This is also a card of longevity. So again, tarot is very, very literal. So when it comes to the Chariot, where's my little note? Look upon the movements of change as full of promise and adventure. This is also a card of willpower, determination, and strength. So this ties into the Wheel of Fortune. If you have any cycles that you need to break, the Chariot is going to help guide you. It's going to help lead you through, and breaking that is going to give you the confidence and the determination that you need for that. And if you keep that energy up, your willpower and determination is going to make this message from the Sun card last a long time, because this is something short term that can, you know, if you don't keep up with it, it will go away. But if you have the determination to keep it going, this is how you can get this energy to stay long lasting in your life. So this is also a card and a sign of encouragement. If you set your objectives and if you set your objectives and keep up with your determination, you're going to bring all of your goals and hard work into fruition. So I love that message. With all 3 of these cards, what I have gathered from them is that you will brim with confidence in the Sun card if you step into full light, and then you will no longer give power to those who doubt you. So that ties into breaking the cycle with the Wheel of Fortune. You don't want to give your naysayers and haters any power over you anymore. So once you break that, you will be your true authentic self. You can also be a light to others and project it if you remain authentic to yourself. So break those toxic cycles in order to thrive, and keep up with this energy, and it will be long lasting for you. So let me know what you got from this, what energy these cards were saying to you. I would love to know. I absolutely loved these messages for Jupiter into Pisces. So let me know, did any of the cards resonate with you? Because even though I pulled for myself here, the thing with tarot is, if you come across this or you feel like you really connect to one of the cards and one of the meanings behind the cards, it's a message that your spirit guide wanted you to hear. So let me know if you relate to any of it. And if you have tarot and you do this pull, let me know what cards you got down in the comment. I would love to hear from you guys. As always, be sure to check out the description bar so you can find out where you can connect with me in other places on different platforms. Don't forget to subscribe. Before you head out today, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Let me know what your feelings on Jupiter and Pisces is. Personally, I'm very excited and looking forward to it. So as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to hang out with me. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.